the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Gunshots. I don't know, it wasn't very far from my trailer. You know, the first one.
Robberies, car theft, violence, crimes in the valley happening more often in certain neighborhoods. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Police track where and what's going on, finding trends that might keep you up at night. What's going on in your backyard?
Well, Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson visited the crime hotspots in the metro and shows us what's really happening.
North Dakota State University. Some call it the heart of this community. Would you be surprised if I told you the North Fargo area around here is one of the hot spots?
Yes, I would, yeah.
Ernest Evanson has lived here, just a few blocks from NDSU, for more than 30 years.
I have a little bit of a hard time accepting that.
It's a neighborhood where police say a lot of bikes and cars are stolen, vandalism happens, and garages are broken into.
We virtually always lock the house when we leave. Our car is generally always locked.
Evanson says if you're not locking up, you're inviting crime.
It isn't that we lock the house because we're fearful. It's just a habit we have gotten into, and we just continue it.
A lot of these were bikes that were locked. A lot of them were.
Sometimes even the best of locks can't stop criminals.
If someone's gonna target bike theft, that's where they're gonna go.
Police are keeping an extra eye out around here and say you should too. If it's violent crime that you're worried about, police say this neighborhood is a pretty big hot spot.
Trouble. That's all I can say. Trouble.
The area around community homes and Countryside Trailer Park has seen an unusually high amount of violence. Gang activity, shootings, stabbings, and fights.
Well, if I could, I'd move. I'd move, but you make a choice when it's a nice neighborhood. Then when it gets bad, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
While the north has taken a lot of heat, it's South Fargo in the newer developments where police say the most burglaries are happening.
We wanted to be able to raise our kids somewhere where we didn't really have to worry about a lot.
Stacy Meester, mom of 3, is walking to the bus stop in her Osgood neighborhood.
I used to live downtown when I was younger. It's fine when you're young and single, but when you've got kids, it gets kind of scary sometimes, and I think it's just harder because there's so much turnover that you don't know your neighbors like you do around here. People are more permanent, so you get to know people and you can look out for each other.
It's the population boom that's making this area a hot spot, and all the construction sites are a popular spot for thieves trying to rip off tools.
We're a big city with big city problems now, and we need to prevent that if we can.
Police say crime is bound to happen in the South, just like the North. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Over in Moorhead, there's a lot of activity in South Fargo near Bellesley Boulevard, according to the heat map, and near the police department on 8th Avenue North. However, Moorhead police say crime isn't limited to a few neighborhoods. Right now, they're concerned about a spike in cars being stolen all over the city.
The search is over tonight for a missing hunter from Grand Forks. This afternoon, searchers found what is believed to be the body of 45-year-old Travis Voracek. Police say that they have yet to positively identify the body, yet the man's clothing matched Voracek's. Searchers found the body in water and cattails just a quarter of a mile from where Voracek's rolled his ATV. The 45-year-old went missing Friday night after talking to his wife on cell phone around 8 o'clock. The sheriff says since about half this area is water and cattails, it would be easy to quickly become disoriented on a cold, dark night. The sheriff says it appears what happened here is that Voracek simply succumbed to the elements in the tragic accident.
More than 24 officers, deputies, and firefighters were in Clay County Court today to show the judge they disapprove of an assault on their fellow officer. The group says, unfortunately, the sentencing wasn't as harsh as they had hoped. Faruku Latwama pleaded guilty to 4th-degree assault. The charge stems from an incident where Latwama punched a Clay County Sheriff's deputy in the head several times back in March. A firefighter was also hurt. The officers and firefighters protesting Judge Stephen Cahill say they were hoping the felony conviction would stick for life. But instead, at today's sentencing hearing, Judge Cahill ruled that Latwama's felony will be downgraded to a misdemeanor if he follows his probation guidelines. The judge is still following state guidelines on sentencing, but officers wanted a harsher punishment. Lawama has already served jail time, but will be on supervised probation for 3 years. In Valley City, the idea of slimming down or altogether eliminating the police force has been the talk of town. This alongside the police chief Fred Thompson's expected retirement in January 2016. Many residents are extremely vocal about this issue, saying they believe the police force that has 13 full-time police officers is too large for the town of around 7,000 people, and they would be better served if the Barnes County Sheriff's Office took over protecting the city.
I think personally that we can cut the police force down, and if that's what it takes to help the community, at least save some money, because we'll be saving a lot of money, a lot of taxpayer money, and I'm actually for disbanding it and going with the Sheriff's Department to take care of mainly all of our needs in the community.
Now, we're also told that there is a petition that's about to be circulated, but it still has to be approved by the city. The petition will ask the people of Valley City whether or not they want to vote on an ordinance disbanding police department and having the Barnes County Sheriff's Department be the primary law enforcement agency. Mayor Bob Werkhoven says this is an extreme measure compared to what he suggested back in October, which would place administrative control of the city police department under the sheriff's office.
He's traveled more than 7,000 miles so far. He has about 4,500 more to go. A man is hoping to give homeless veterans a place to stay by walking the perimeter of the United States.
Valley News Team's Krista Boehm visited with Leroy Bailey on his stop in Fargo and reports on his message.
I've done every state along the coast, from Virginia all the way down around Florida, around Texas, to San Diego, up to Seattle.
Arriving in Fargo, strapped with the bare minimum, more than 7,000 miles into his journey.
Well, my feet are sore all the time, but other than that, I'm fine.
Leroy Bailey is more than halfway to walking around America.
I walk until it starts getting dark and I say, God, find me a place to sleep.
Bailey started in Virginia Beach, Virginia, as his frustration grew over the lack of homeless shelters.
So I went and prayed about it, and God said, no, if you want to build shelters around America, you need to walk around America.
So he did, sleeping mainly outside, unless he has enough cash for a hotel.
A lot of times I sleep up under the underpass on the highway.
A fund started by his hometown church, along with some kind strangers along the way, keeps him fed. But it also helps him help others. He used his donations to help a North Dakota vet get to Fargo to see a doctor.
He didn't have no money and no gas, so I would put a little bit of gas in his van.
Leaving his wife and business back home, it hasn't been easy.
Oftentimes I've been treated very poorly when I walk into a church. And that's that. You'd think that's the one place I wouldn't be judged.
He's only raised $5,000 of his lofty $1 million goal to build homeless shelters, but it's not slowing him down.
Whether the money gets raised or not, that's up to God. My only job is to walk. He told me walk, I walk.
With 4,500 miles left to trek,
it's not about me.
And thousands of stories behind him.
It's about the people that are still homeless, especially veterans and disabled people.
Krista Boehm, Valley News Live.
Now, Bailey will leave Fargo tomorrow, hoping to get 35 miles a day. If you want to help fund his journey or raise money to help homeless shelters, we have those links on our website. Click on this story.
Speaking of traveling, Al Roker's doing quite a bit. We've been telling you about this all day, and the time has finally come for him to come to our area. Al Roker landed in the metro about 40 minutes ago. Many fans coming out to support Roker's visit over at the Moorhead Yumkum Center. He's trying to set the record for the fastest weather reporting from all 50 states and needs to do it in just 1 week. The Yumkum Center is his Minnesota stop, and we're being told that he also has gone to downtown Fargo, and that's where we find our chief meteorologist, Hutch Johnson. And Hutch, did you talk with Al?
I did. It's my birthday. Got a chance to meet and visit with Al, and he is on a what you could call a Roker-thon or marathon of stops, 50 states in a week, and Fargo, Moorhead, both communities having an opportunity to visit with him tonight. A busy night in downtown Fargo. We still have a lot of activity down here, Mike. As you can see, the Fargo Theater just letting out of the Craig Ferguson show, so it's been a very busy night. And Al did stop and do his forecast for North Dakota right here from downtown Fargo. We will have the video of that posted online at valleynewslive.com. You can catch it with the Valley Today crew as well, first thing in the morning. But again, a nice opportunity for him to stop and get a piece or taste of Fargo, our community, and it really was fun for everyone involved, including myself on my birthday. I have to admit, it was a little bit of fun.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. Exciting times there, and as you indicated, you'll get the opportunity to see the entire video of his stop in not only the Moorhead area at the Umcum Center, but also in Fargo at the Fargo Theater tomorrow on the Valley Today with Lisa Bedeau and Kyle Bosch.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with